All right, so this may be difficult. I hope I don't offend anybody. Um, so here's the fact that I think, you know, I have to face. Um, so the South, the South uh, is a bunch of rebels. They rebelled. A bunch of traitors created an army. We fought a civil war over it. They lost. And we took pity on them. We didn't make them pay big reparations. We didn't kill them all. Sometimes a treasonous rebel army, they just kill every officer, everyone. Certainly the rich plantation owners that funded it, uh, they would lose their property and so on. But we took pity on them. We said, let's just make up. We can get over this. We understand you just wanted to be able to have slaves, but okay. You can't have slaves, but other than that, and they never got over it. They just kept flying. The so-called Confederate flag is really the battle flag of the Virginia Army, and they started flying it decades and decades after the war because they just couldn't get over it. They're still loyal to this loser, traitor, rebel idea of an army. Our basically we were soft on terrorism, and there's still a problem. And now pandering to the South, to Southern politics, yet not everybody in the South. I have liberal acquaintances. My relatives are not liberal that live in the South, but I know of liberal acquaintances, and Janis Joplin was from Texas, if you count that as the South. And if you see this map, everything that below that pinpoint, the population equals above the pin. Left and right also. That's the census says that's the current center point in terms of population in the United States. Pandering to the South, I mean, they just have never gotten over it. We've tried to compromise with them, include them, and pander to them, and they just get more and more angry and bitter because they lost and they were never forced to admit it. We didn't do them any favors, evidently. We should have made them pay reparations. We could have taken their senators and their representation. They were a bunch of rebels, traitors. And now these traitors think that treason is patriotic. Treason is more patriotic than the actual traditional ideals. The ideals written at the base of the Statue of Liberty, for fuck's sake. Those lose to their traitor ideals. Their bullshit traitor slave ideals. And you can almost always make an argument that rebels are freedom fighters. You could say no, they're terrorists and stuff like that, but you could also say no, they're fighting for freedom. Almost every case, it's at least arguable, but not when the rebels' idea of freedom is the freedom to have slaves. Then no, I'm sorry, freedom fighters wouldn't fit it, and even if it did, you lost. You never got over it. So now we have the choice of either finish off the rebellion, right? Treason is not patriotic. And I get it. Maybe treason is better than being patriotic, but you don't get to say you're the treasonous ultra-patriot. And we let you have your statues of your traitor president. We let you have your flags, even though it wasn't even really your thing. And on our heritage and da 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 da. You're a bunch of traitors. And pandering to you guys in the South has fucked up our politics. Our conservatives from the North were never like these conservatives that we have now, that we now have slipping into the mid west and all over the country like a cancer. What is it? Metastatizing or whatever it is. Spreading throughout the body. This is a southern kind of politics. And it's because they lost, but all we did was force them to lose. We never forced them to admit it. And it hasn't been good for their psyche. And now they take more pork from the federal government, more welfare from the federal government, more white people taking those resources, and they're fucking crazy. The losing the war did it to them. But we should make a compromise. I will offer a compromise. We split the country in two, north and south, right at that point that is on that map. As long as the South promises to write a constitution that does not legalize slavery. As long as, we'll admit we made a mistake, we should have let you go. If you admit you made a mistake, making the argument about your right to have slavery. If you will commit to to giving up slavery that we've forced on you for these many, many, many decades, then we'll let you have your own country. You can just go have your own country and do your own crazy shit. But don't get any big ideas about building a military out there in the woods and the deserts and attacking us, okay? Because we're way more industrial than you. Believe me, we will be plenty militaristic if we have to be on our toes to watch for you assholes. Okay? But this is never going to work out. There is no compromise between your crazy ass positions and ours. You might as well just admit it, because either it comes down to we finally smash the rebellion, or given that you finally stopped slavery, you just do your own thing with your own crazy batshit ideas. All right, cheers.